Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report post Tampa Bay Lightning and Ducks game edition here. Tough loss. Very tough loss. It was, as Ali said here, Quack checking in from the Honda Center, which was a lot of fun. Sad ending to that one. Yeah, to be 2-2 going into the third. Looking good, but give up a late power play marker and an empty net. So,
just a sad duckling over here.
Yeah.
I'm just upset. I'm upset.
Yeah, not good. Andrew, good to see you. Couple hopping over from the watch along there on the THPN YouTube channel. It was a blast to have you there. Also saying Lauren's coming as well. Should be. So that'll be good.
Yeah. Oh man, like I don't. Do you want to get right into the game, or like what do you want to do? I guess for this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's fresh in
yeah.
head, so,
okay.
Yeah. Let's start with a positive since we tend to always start with the negatives. We held the Lightning to sub 30. Was it? I forget what the final count was, but sub 30 shots, I think. Oh no, 30 exactly.
Sub 40. We'll
yeah,
go with that. Or sub 35 if you will even.
I mean, you take out the empty net one with 1 second left. That's 29 shots, right?
It's 3-2, right? Like the final score is 4-2 at the beginning. Like just the idea of the empty net. The players tried.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely
is a positive I think you can take from it, and we will get into it I guess a little bit later talking about the Detroit game on pre-recorded stuff that we aren't going to show it here tonight on the live stream. If you're listening to the recording though on Thursday or Friday, I guess you have everything here in one episode. The team almost seemed to kind of stray away offensively just a touch from the system, I guess, which it almost benefited them, right? Like they were able to keep up with the Lightning. The defensive system still didn't help them a whole lot. I'm looking at the heat map here. Props to Tampa though, obviously. Like they are a good
powerhouse team,
right? Like our offense looked better, but still didn't get as many chances I don't think as we want. Taking a look at the heat map though, it's we really liked the left point, I guess, and the right dot there where like Zegras was taking his shots and that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We like those areas there, but Tampa Bay, however, liked the right point, the right dot, and right in front of our net. I'm going to show you because I don't think I can actually verbally say how big of a spot Tampa was able to get into here.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's always been a problem. Like going back to last season, even when we were doing the hate maps,
big of a blue spot though, you can't have. Again, it's Tampa Bay, but
exactly.
Yeah, it's rough there, but
yeah, I mean, if you would have told me like this would have been a 3-2 game, like and 2-2 going into the third period against Tampa Bay, like I would not have believed you. So I think like given the circumstance, like it's not like it was a horrible game, but it just sucks when it's that close and then we don't get the win or even a point out of it, right? Like it's just heartbreaking in that way.
Yeah, something I said on the watch along was like, if this is how we lost games consistently throughout the season, I actually wouldn't be upset by it. It'd be frustrating, but I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, but the thing is, we wouldn't lose games if we played this way for 82 games.
Exactly.
Because this is just a product of playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are just a force. So,
I know that I'll get into it technically later in the episode, but also for like those that are watching, like just something's got to give here, right? Like surrounding this roster, there's so much potential here. And I think we saw it tonight, right?
Yeah. But at the same time, there's
so
also a lot of
much.
holes, right? Or not
Yeah.
holes. Well, yeah, holes. We'll say holes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
there's still a couple holes in the roster, but like things around it also need to change a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's Ali asking a good question here. Why the fuck did we pull Gibson? When has that ever done anything? Every team does it. It's
that is a usual thing. I was a little bit more surprised, I guess, that Eakins pulled him with like just over 2 minutes left.
And following a timeout. Like usually you would leave him in, and then if you win the face-off, you quickly swap him out. So it was bold. And I mean, we had tons and tons of opportunities. So I think it paid off. It just, it gave us a better chance, I think.
It was the right idea.
Yeah. So.
In that respect. So.
Yeah. Andrew saying he's subscribing to us here. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
This next comment here is interesting. So I'm just going to pull this down for a second.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, no, you're all good.
So Ali says, also just me, but Zegras didn't look too hot. And I mean, we'll absolutely trust you because you were there. So you get a better view of what's going on, I guess, away from the play, whereas watching on TV, you don't really get that. I mean, I thought he looked fine. Like he was buzzing. He had some good shots. He had a goal, obviously, in the first period there. But yeah, I didn't notice anything that made me go like something's off with him. So maybe if you could elaborate, then.
Yeah,
or Nate, if you have some thoughts too, but
yeah, I am taking a look, and like I didn't think he had a bad game personally. I thought he was definitely one of the better guys, and I think some of the stats show it as well. He did have a couple giveaways though. Unfortunately, led the team with 2 there. But
okay, so yeah, maybe that's what. Ali
but I mean like like he didn't look horrible. Again, we know he's not a defensive guy, but he's gotten better at it, I guess. 4 shots on goal on 7 attempts there. His expected goals was 0.3. So like, and he scored a goal. So like he did surpass that mark.
Mm-hmm.
He went 50% at the face-off dot. That's not horrible. Only 2 guys did better, it looks like, at the or 3 guys, sorry, did better at the face-off dot tonight, and that's Derek Grant, who why was Derek Grant taking so many face-offs? Like he was doing all right, but like 11 wins, 8 losses.
That's a fair amount, yeah.
19 face-offs for him? Like in comparison, Ryan Strome had the most face-offs in the game with 22.
Okay. I mean, he does play on the penalty kill, and he is a center, obviously.
Yeah, so, I get that. Yeah, okay.
So, that would probably beef it up a little bit. And I mean, if he's going 11 for 8 and he's on the penalty kill, like, why wouldn't you let him take those draws?
Yeah, I'm double-checking on the penalty kill stats because I want to see if that does line up there just in case.
Yeah.
No, Grant only took 3 draws, it looks like, on the penalty kill.
Oh.
So that means he's out there for a lot of 5-on-5, I think. I'm double checking that here. Yeah, Derek Grant, 5-on-5, 7 wins, 5 losses. So he's out there for the power play.
Second unit, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and three losses, 0 wins there on that. Yeah, he was out for a lot there.
Interesting.
And then the 1 4-on-4.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Derek Grant is a guy I want to touch on for a second because, like, his game tonight specifically was very mixed bag, I think. He's a little bit of a wild card. You didn't know if you're going to get a good shift or a Derek Grant shift out of him in this game. I obviously enjoy when he's playing well, right? I enjoy that for any player. I don't wish for these players to not do great. But yeah, Derek Grant was just I wanted him to be consistent for something.
I don't know. I think he had a pretty consistent game. Like whenever he was on the ice, I wasn't like concerned that he was going to mess something up. Like honestly, like I thought he was like noticeable in a good way, like knocking down passes on
Yeah.
the penalty kill. Like he had some good drives to the net. He made some good passes. Like he was throwing his body around. Like I don't know. Didn't like have any issues really with Derek Grant. So we definitely saw two different versions of Derek Grant between the two of us.
Yeah. I mean, I even saw two different versions of Derek Grant though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying I just didn't see like all the bad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like obviously he's not going to be perfect, but like
I'm not expecting him to be perfect, but like it's kind of what we've seen out of him over the last couple of years, right? Where it's either like he's doing awesome and he lines up with the joke that we have of like elite number one center guy, or he is that fourth line guy that maybe shouldn't even be there. So I don't know. I was kind of seeing a mix out of him tonight personally, but again, that's my opinion on it. So
yeah.
What
else we got here? God asking who won. If you're God, you should know. At Tampa Bay won 4-2. 3-2 and then plus an empty netter there. So
John Gibson is not to blame for this game.
Oh, no, not a chance. No. What, how many? Well, yeah, 29 shots, I guess, because you take away the empty net. 3 goals. Yeah, 26 for 29. Those are solid numbers. I don't know what the points percentage is there, but that'd be 896. But I mean, like, still, do you have his, expected goals or goal save above
negative 0.49. So just under half a goal less. So that comes a little bit more though, where he had 2 low danger goals against, which I kind of want to double check like which goals those were, just to refresh my mind specifically on the goals there. 46%. That's the blue is so dark on here that it's it was the Kucherov goal is what it's considering to be one of the low ones. It's a 5.7% chance of scoring from that spot and less than 70% of being on net during 5-on-5.
I feel like that. I don't know how they calculate, but I feel like that could be lower because Kucherov didn't really get all of the shot. Like he kind of fell down and like didn't really whiff on it, but I think that could have kind of thrown.
He didn't get everything on it at least
because he was coming across crease expecting him to like probably go top shelf, so he had the glove up and then it went 5-0 on him. So yeah, maybe that's why, but I don't know.
So, but
especially off Kucherov too, like you're expecting a rocket, right? So
yeah, exactly, which might have put it up to like a medium danger or something like that, like kind of with that consideration in there. So, but yeah, overall, I wouldn't put this game on Gibson, nor do I put the Detroit game on Gibson as well, as you'll hear later. Gibson's been playing fine lately. Yeah, I've been more happy with Gibson's play. But I still like to see a little bit more of Stolarz just to keep Gibson fresh. Absolutely. But
I
don't know. Is there anything specific that you want to touch on, I guess? Kind of just offhand.
We can go through some more comments here, see what comes up. Ali saying Brightside is the Gulls won against Colorado tonight.
So hey, there you go.
Puts them up to 2-3 now. And Ospov had a solid fight. Cool.
Sweet.
Imagine losing in front of me. And you said, I saw it too soon to Tampa, plus it's at home. Ali just looked tired, missed chances, giveaways. Yeah, I mean, there was times he definitely didn't hit the net, I guess. Like Nate said, a couple giveaways there. So, yeah. I mean, it's good if, Trevor Zegras' B game, he still gets a goal and a couple good looks on and stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I guess that's kind of more the stuff you don't see as much on TV, and especially when we're doing the watch long, we're not always paying attention. So we'll take your word more for it if you were actually there. So we know you like to watch Ali. Your name's Ali. I know Ali. You like to watch Trevor Zegras as well. So
yeah, I did find it interesting, kind of how the pairings went. Again, we went back to that Fowler, Klingberg, Kulikov, Drysdale, Benoit, Shattenkirk look.
Interesting. I mean, Kulikov had a good game, so I think that really
it made it better.
Yeah. I still would have liked to see though. Like I do like Fowler Drysdale together.
Hmm.
So, but I mean, Kulikov Drysdale I think was fine tonight.
Yeah, it was fine. If they continue to be fine, then I'm fine with it, right? But if
Yeah,
things start to go south again, you got to change it up a little bit there. So,
yeah,
yeah, they were even 1-for-1 there. They were on when they got a goal. They were on getting scored against kind of thing. So,
yeah. So
and
not bad.
yeah. So yeah, 13:02 for time on ice for that pairing in particular. Yeah, Fowler Klingberg obviously getting the majority of defensive pairing time for 5-on-5 at 18:23 there tonight. So
Oh, okay. I like this from Ali. Called out by Carter. The look my boyfriend just gave me after you said that. To Ali's boyfriend, watch her around Jamie Drysdale too. I know she's a fan there. So those are the two you got to look out for.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Andrew also saying we took too many penalties tonight, and where's the defense?
Penalties was a big thing.
To be fair, we killed off two of them. We were 1 for 3 on the penalty kill. Is that right?
Oh
no, because one.
Yeah, 1 for 3 on the penalty kill. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess one of them we ended up drawing. Oh no, how did that work? Yes, no, we were. Oh yeah, we were on the penalty kill.
We were on the penalty kill, and they
took the penalty like a little bit into it. But I mean, it was still like 50 seconds or so. But yeah, I guess the power play goal ended up being the difference in this one for Tampa Bay, right? Because, I mean, we were 0 for 2 at first, and that was looking good, but could not get that third one. So
yeah, no, it just wasn't working out there. So yeah, the power play was trying, and I don't know, they were getting like a few solid chances, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was improved, I guess.
They missed the net a lot.
Yeah.
The shots were good. The movement was good, which is everything I like in a power play. And I said this on the pre-recorded stuff as well, so I won't get more into it. And I've said it like before to other people and not, or on the show, I don't remember. But I like the movement and I like the structure, but the results just aren't there. And a big part of it, I think, comes to hitting the net. Yeah.
Looks like 2 shots in the 2 power plays that we had total.
Yeah, and we definitely had more opportunities than that, but it was whether or not they hit the net, I suppose.
Yeah, there was 2 misses in there. 1, 2, 4 blocks. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm trying not to repeat myself, because I'm also thinking of like the full episode. People are going to hear about the Detroit game in that too, but it's like there's the volume there, but the chances, like the actual attempts, are they good attempts? Right? So it was better tonight. It was just with a couple misses in there, but it's still, the quality of attempt needs to still be improved a little bit.
Yeah. The thing with this too, though, is it's against Tampa Bay's defense, and they're known for just getting in lanes and making it hell for you to try and even get a shot through. So yeah, I'm not surprised at the 4 blocks, but it is. Or it can be a problem with other teams as well. So, but I would like to see it against, well, Vegas and Toronto aren't exactly.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun matchup. So
I don't know, but I mean, I guess defensively, at least Toronto isn't quite built like Tampa or Vegas. So I mean, I would like to maybe see our power play there and see what kind of opportunities we get and how many shots are blocked. That's to me kind of the next game I really want to pay attention to. And it could be different against Vegas too. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to them, but I know that their defense is closer to Tampa's level than Toronto's level, I suppose. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like the looks that we got. And we didn't really talk much about Drysdale on the power play, but I thought he looks really good there. So
yeah, I thought he looked decent as well. He was doing really well moving the puck and kind of being what we were, or I guess what we talk about for Klingberg as well. Just kind of those eyes and just kind of that vision. Like it was looking really good, I thought, tonight in particular.
Which I hope that if we do move on from Klingberg after this year, which is the most likely scenario, then I hope that Drysdale kind of learns enough from watching him and practicing with Klingberg to be able to run the power play next year. And I'm glad that he's getting the opportunity to do a little bit of that this year already. But obviously, he's not going to be on the top unit with Klingberg in town because like it just doesn't make any sense. So
yeah, exactly. Had a shot attempt as well. Actually, got a shot on the power play there, and he looked pretty good there, I thought. So pretty comfortable there. So
yeah. Andrew had another comment here as well. Where's the top shooters tonight? They're too sloppy, not in their game. I mean, a lot of that I think is Tampa's defense, like are preventing the shots and making it hard to get the puck in the offensive zone, which I thought we were better at. But yeah, we didn't quite see enough. Well, I don't know. Do you have like the blocked stats?
Like the attempts blocked?
Yeah, namely for guys like McTavish, Vetrano, and actually just kind of those two are who I want to see.
Attempts. Okay, McTavish and Vetrano, you said.
Yeah. Shots just for shot attempts or whatever you have.
Vetrano had 5 shot attempts, 4 were unblocked, and let's see what the actual shots were for him then. Or I guess it would just be on the main stats there.
Yeah.
Vetrano with 4 shots. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't miss the net tonight.
Okay, well that's good. Which I would be surprised if he did.
Yeah. And then who else were you looking for? Sorry,
Mason McTavish.
Let's take a look for our boy McTavish.
Because he only registered 1 shot, but I know he had more attempts than that.
Yeah, 1 shot there and 3 shot attempts.
Okay.
So
a couple blocks.
Yeah, a couple blocks in there too. As a whole, this Lightning team put up 19 blocks tonight.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, getting in the lanes and that kind of thing. It's yes, it is a good Tampa defense that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you got to create those opportunities for yourself as well and not throw it into lanes like that. Like this is just one example. But like there was a point that it got to Klingberg up top, and you can see right away that lane is clogged, and he rifled a shot right into the shin pads of the first guy there. I don't even know who it was.
Yeah,
but like that, like just that's one example out of a few. But like you have to find better lanes than that, right? Like I understand like that's where like right down the pipe is kind of where it's optimal. But the other team knows that too, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
They're gonna clog that up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like some teams, Klingberg, or probably a lot of teams, a good majority, Klingberg could get that shot through. But you got to know your opponent, and there's no way you're getting that through on Tampa Bay. Like that's literally what they do. Is they just block lanes and sell out.
It's not meaning to pick on Klingberg in particular, but that's just one that like stood out to me right away. Like I just you could see it coming, right? And I'm just like, no. Don't do that.
Well, that seemed like a team-wide problem too, because like Mason McTavish fired a couple into like his 2 blocks were like right into other guys' shin pads. I noticed like early on in the game, and I was like, well, obviously I appreciate the effort from him, but like you're a young, skilled guy. Like you can make yourself a little more space to try and get the shot off. But at that point, it's a coaching problem. Like. Somebody on the coaching staff, I'm not saying who it has to be, but somebody has to say, look, our opponent gets in the shot lanes. You can't just be firing things away because it's going to hit shins. Like we got to create space. This is how we're going to do it. And then we're going to take the shots. We got to make a couple passes first.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you could see when we were like on Zegras' goal, Kulikov like waited until there was a lane, found the lane, got the pass through to Zegras, and he buried it, right? So it's just that step that's missing. So can we put Kulikov in as the coach? Can we do that? Player coach?
Okay, you know what? I actually will pick on Klingberg here a little bit. The guys that led not a category that you want to lead in shots blocked by a player, like their shot being blocked, was Klingberg, Shattenkirk, and Vetrano. I'm not trying to pick on Vetrano as much because he was getting, like, he did have 4 actual shots on goal.
Well, didn't he only have 1 shot blocked?
Vetrano? No, Vetrano had 3.
Oh,
as well.
I thought he only had 5 shot attempts though.
Yeah, the numbers are not lining up there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think it was the unblocked shot attempts as well, kind of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, but for Klingberg in particular, 3 shots blocked on. What were the shot on? Yeah, okay, the numbers aren't lining up because there's 2 shot attempts there, but there's 3 blocks. Maybe that is blocks actually by. Okay, I might be reading that wrong there. Sorry.
Okay.
I was leading down a different hole apparently.
Oh, okay.
No, that is blocks by them. Okay, so actually Klingberg, Vetrano, and Shattenkirk led the team in blocks tonight. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's good.
Sorry for the misleading there. So I was about to be like, yeah, you took 3 shots and you had expected goals in all situations of 0 flat. Like. I was about to be like, dude, but no. Okay, my apologies for that. So, but yeah, there were definitely, I guess, 2 pick on Klingberg though. There were some that one being in particular though, that were just like, what, like, why are you throwing that, right? Like, you're a veteran guy who was just looking for a massive payday, right? And there was a tweet that I saw though that was like, is Klingberg might be kind of starting to show why teams were wary of that longer term contract kind of thing. So, but I don't know. So like there were definitely positives in this game. This team kind of breaking out of the system just a slight bit that helped them improve, but it still kind of held them down a little bit.
Yeah.
There are definitely positives for guys, but like to Andrew's point though of the offense just not quite being there. Expected goal percentage in all situations was not great. Drysdale was the most on the team actually at 50.99% there. And expected goals for 0.31 on the night. So compared to Tampa, 3 guys below Drysdale's number. Cole Perbix. Is that how we say it? Perbix?
Perbix, yeah.
Yeah, and Belmar.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's definitely a rough night in the shooting category there. Expected goals. You got Zegras at 0.3, Terry at 0.59, which that's been pretty consistent for him. After that, though, it's a dramatic drop. You go from the 0.3 of Zegras to Grant and Comtois tied at 0.14. Yeah, the offense on, again, like just like those quality chances just wasn't there.
Yeah, tonight.
So there were definitely, again, I am kind of sounding like a broken record. There were a lot of good chances there, and there was definite improvements, even just from the Detroit game. But there are still a lot of things to be done. So I do. This is kind of hard right now with the post game analysis a little bit because again, I don't want to repeat myself for what we talk about with this being attached to the rest of the episode.
We're going to be jumping to that right away. So
do if you're watching the live stream right now though, do take a listen to that because you get your first like good Nate rant of the season, I think.
Yeah.
But and like not to toot my own horn on it, but like I don't think I'm too wrong on it.
Yeah.
So
last thing here, just because I know we should probably get out of here and get everything sorted for tomorrow and let everybody else go to bed since it's getting late all over the place. But I know this can be a long conversation and maybe we should save it for another time, but I just want to know some brief thoughts. So Allie saying, I did have fun. Bummer they lost, though, in response to Lauren asking about she had fun at the game.
Hey, if you're
Lauren's
if you're at the game, as long as you have fun, that is the main thing, right? As a spectator, so and that was a fun game to watch, I think. So
yeah, and Lauren says Dallas Eakins, which is typical of Lauren on Dallas Eakins. Dallas Eakins can take the Greyhound bus or John Wayne Airport and get out of Anaheim. Ali says ready to jump on the fire Eakins train, definitely. Petition to fire Dallas Eakins, which Lauren made. Interesting. And I know that it's early, but when the team starts, well, I guess not starts, but after winning in very dramatic fashion on the home opener, in what honestly should have been a loss to the Seattle Kraken. Yeah. So the team goes 0-6, almost 0-7, but after winning goes 0-6. That's not a good look for Dallas Eakins. Like, yeah, we've played some tough teams and we've been on the road, but like that's not an excuse because you're playing tough teams and going to be on the road all season long. So like, and this is a similar conversation to what's going on in Vancouver as well. Do you try and do you fire your coach to try and maybe salvage the season? Or do you look at the draft this year and go like, you know what? It sucks that we are tanking again, but should we just do it, get a good draft pick, and then next year we'll have another NHL ready player who's young and just ready to be inserted into the lineup. And then that's when we go for it. Like,
yeah.
What do you do? And again, we should keep this a little short, but at what point does Dallas Eakins get fired, if at all?
I think it's if you continue to have the embarrassing losses, the big losses, right? Like if for tonight's game of 4-2, again, with one as an empty net, if those are the games that you're losing streaks in, those are the ones that I'm okay to lose, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
With the idea of having that chance. If you're constantly being embarrassed, though, and you see it start to reflect in the players and how they carry themselves and that sort of thing, then that might be the time to make a change and hope that it works for your future as well.
Don't you want to do it before it gets to that point? Maybe before players are like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Not that they don't want to be there kind of thing, but like that they want the season to be done, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. And it's kind of interesting, like between the comparisons of Vancouver and Anaheim in particular, because like Vancouver hasn't even had a full 82 games, like full season of Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit of a rush thing, but at the same time, they almost didn't have him this summer kind of thing. Whereas
also expectations were higher for them too, because they made some, well, they were supposed to be good last year. Then they made moves that were supposed to be even better for this year.
It was
and now they're 0-7 or whatever.
Moves. Yeah, they didn't really add anything to that roster, but like it was looking good heading into they didn't make the playoffs, obviously, but like, it was looking good.
Yeah.
Right. Like they managed to crawl back, and like that's a team that if they had won just like one or two more games at the start of the season there before, like with Travis Green, they could have been fine and made the playoffs. Anaheim is a little bit different in that sense, though, where like we've seen Eakins now for 4 years, right? Like on the broadcast tonight, they brought up his record at what was it, like 78
to 108 and 33 or something.
Yeah. Like it's not great. And that's when you had guys that, yes, like a few guys were leaving and whatnot, but like you still had a middle of the pack team.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and it's just gotten even worse from there. Like, yeah, you've been shelling out guys and whatnot, like your Mansons and your Lindholms and that kind of thing, but like something's got to give eventually, because you can. It's become a lot more clear, especially with these last 2 seasons, that it's not so much the roster construction even.
Yeah.
Because last year did look good to start the year, but it fell apart very quickly, and you could see where the cracks were coming from.
Yeah,
and it does start with the guy that's steering the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, 1-6 isn't good. So, like,
it's, yeah.
Like, how many more losses do we have to endure before something is done?
We're going to have a lot more again, I think it's just if you're getting embarrassed, if you're getting like run out of the building each night, then a change needs to be done. Even
if
if
it's not the only non-embarrassing loss we've had.
Boston.
Okay, yeah.
Where you salvage a point out of it.
Yeah.
But like it could be coming close. The question is right now is like, who do you replace him with? Besides just like, unless you make one of the assistants the interim and you just say, okay, like we are searching for a year to find a guy that will help this team just get better, right? And we will build the roster out from there and not kind of have one thing working against the other, right? So
but it's the schedule doesn't get any easier, so we got to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, next two games against Toronto and Vegas, like,
you know what? We play San Jose, Vancouver, San Jose after Toronto. If you don't pick up at least 4 points, I'd say it there. Yeah, I'd say so as well.
Actually, you know what? No, because San Jose likes to come out against us in particular, I think. Mm-hmm. And for Vancouver, something's got to give, right? But okay, I'll go with 3 points.
Yeah, you got to go 500.
Yeah, you have to be 500 in those.
You have to at least win one, and if you lose two, one of them has to be in overtime. I agree.
I don't think a firing is coming, unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess kind of depending on what you're looking at here. But at the same time, like I don't think it's coming, but I wouldn't be surprised as well if it just becomes like, no, this is too much, right? It's one thing to lose while you're trying. It's another thing to be embarrassed, and you can't have, especially these young guys, you can't have them be embarrassed and have this weight on their shoulders this young,
and especially this early in the season.
Yeah,
like if we lose to Vegas and Toronto, and then San Jose and Vancouver, that's 10 losses in a row.
Yeah.
We're already at 6 of those. So like that's tough. That's really
tough. I'll pull up a couple of comments here. Ali, at least we haven't had any jerseys thrown on the ice. And that's because Anaheim fans know the expectation.
Well, that's what she says here, right?
That it's not gonna be much of an improvement.
Yeah,
right? But we're hoping for
it's the loyalty, like she says, right?
Yeah, it's the loyalty. Yeah, exactly. Like Anaheim fans are awesome for that respect.
Yeah.
But and then like her comment here is such a low bar. Unfortunately, though, with again, this is four seasons now with this coaching staff, especially in Dallas Eakins, right? Like it's. Mm-hmm. Everything else has changed. The GM's changed. New leadership is in, right? New players are in. Young guys are in. That's the thing that hasn't changed in the last while. So, it's a low bar, but that's kind of where we're at, I think, right? Yeah. Like seeing how this team has been able to play. So, Andrew pulling up like the GM will go. I do agree here with Lauren. He just got here last season.
He hasn't even had a chance to replace the Eakins as coach, right?
Yeah, Verbeek is the guy with the plan. It's how long are you going to let a guy that was hired not by you mess with certain aspects of that plan, I guess. Yeah.
So okay. I definitely want to end on this note, so we'll do a quick break with DraftKings, and we'll come back and we'll do something fun to end off this live part of the episode. Nice and short, nice and easy, but we'll see you guys in just a little bit here.
Hockey fans, it's finally time to hit the ice again. And thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, you're in for the season of a lifetime. New customers can bet $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets if they win. Maybe you want to take the odds on Mason McTavish winning the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year this year. He has the second best odds on DraftKings Sportsbook behind Matty Beniers of the Seattle Kraken at plus 500. And if that wasn't enough excitement, you can turn small bets into bigger payouts with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets like which team will win, how many goals will be scored, and more for your shot at an even bigger payout. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So, what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code THPN. Bet $5 on any NHL team to win their game and get $200 in free bets if they do. Again, that's code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
All right. Andrew saying, see you guys later. He's heading out. Thank you very much for stopping by, Andrew. Good to see you. Glad we could get you over on our channel as well. And yeah, next time we do a watch along, then hope to see you in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right. Nate, we got some news.
Yeah, you wanted to end this live portion, I guess, on a high note. And so I'm happy to say that hopefully it's available Thursday. It is in review, but I can still show you what we have coming for some new TQR merch. I was teasing Carter about this as well, that he hasn't seen what we're doing, and that kind of thing. He kind of let me just have the free reins with it. So,
yeah, I trust you.
And we know me, especially. I love the Mighty Duck, right? In particular. It's part of the reason that it's our branding and that kind of thing. And Carter especially, I know, after I talk about the reverse retros, loves the eggplant and jade.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm so glad that I had this coming down the pipe here. Let me pull it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have some Mighty collection. Which, if you're just listening to the podcast version here, we're going to have a couple t-shirts, long sleeves, and some crew neck sweatshirts that you can get in the Mighty Ducks colors of the eggplant and jade there. Yeah, shirts will come in the purple, eggplant, gray, white, and in black as well. So yeah, just our logo kind of reworked. This will maybe kind of show you a bit more that like our logo is kind of based on like the original shoulder patch of the Mighty Ducks. And yeah, not to toot my own horn, but I definitely want to pick up one of the sweatshirts actually for this one.
Yeah,
so,
it looks pretty good. So
yeah,
I'm undecided what I'm going to get. I mean, I have I guess a hoodie, which isn't a sweatshirt, but I have a t-shirt. Maybe I'll go long sleeve for this one.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe. I don't know. Undecided yet.
Yeah,
it looks good. I'm glad.
I might have to get a t-shirt and a crew neck, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I'll get the long sleeve in our normal black and orange. So.
Oh yeah, that would work too. Yeah, but I'm glad I could trust you on this one. I knew you would do something good, and it looks good. So
yeah, and as well, there is another design coming down the pipe as well. I'm just putting the final touches on it, and then that should also be available, I'm thinking, in the next week or two. So keep an eye on the merch store. But yeah, if you want to get some of the Mighty collection, Friday the latest, hopefully you should be able to get that. And you can get that at tqrshop.myspreadshop.com or .ca if you're in Canada there.
Link will be down in the description there as well, so you can you can click on that if so you don't have to like skip back and then grab a pen and write it down. It's all in there. You just got to click. So
it's all good. It'll be good times. So and as well as we did add another sticker to the collection as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
we took the Big D energy segment, I guess, that Carter does. We had it as clothing and whatnot, but you can get a Big D energy sticker as well to put on your computer or your water bottle or that kind of thing. So
whatever you feel, your car window.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it would do in the weather, but you can try.
You can try.
Little bumper sticker there. So yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a more positive note to end the episode, or this part of the episode, on. So if you are listening to this pre-recorded, then you will jump over right now. All right, so the Ducks and the Red Wings. Let's go back and talk about that game from
I don't want to
Sunday.
talk about it.
I know.
I don't want to talk about it.
You
Don't
never
make
want
me
to
talk
talk
about
about
it.
games with me, Nate.
Don't make me talk about it. It's because the Ducks keep fucking losing.
Yeah, it's not a blast. That's for sure. So, yeah, 5-1 loss. Yeah, it's. I mean, there was good things about this game, I guess. If you're a Red Wings fan,
Yeah, if you're a Red Wings fan, I was gonna say the negatives outweigh the positives.
yeah.
We're not gonna harp on the defense. I said on the last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago now? I'm not gonna do that.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Not
Honestly,
the defense as a whole.
Yeah, I didn't think the defense honestly was like all that bad. Like obviously giving up 41 shots is maybe not ideal, but when you look at actually, I don't even know how many were on the penalty kill. We looked at penalty kill stats before we started doing this, and I didn't even bother to look that up. But I feel like a large part of that is due to having the Red Wings having 5 power play opportunities.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. But yeah, I mean, every team, I think, at this point, and again, we're pre-recording this part before the Tampa game tonight, but like at the time of this recording, I think there's only been one game that we haven't had minimum 40 shots against. Teams just expect it at this point.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, get ready to. If you got people that you know that have you on their fantasy team, for any NHL players out there, let them know to start you for the stats category or the shots category specifically on their fantasy team, because it doesn't matter what line you play on, you're gonna get a few.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. On the penalty kill, the Ducks gave up 14 of those shots.
Oh.
So 10 of them in the first period, none in the second, and 4 in the third, which I don't think we had any penalties in the second period. Maybe we did. I don't remember. But
so what was it? 14 out of in 5?
14 in 5. Yeah.
Okay. So 3, like just technically under 3 shots kind of thing. Yeah. Like average.
Yeah. Which isn't great. That's
think about it. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Yeah. It's not great for the penalty kill, but when you take those 14 shots out and just look at the 5-on-5 numbers, then that's quick math, 27 shots.
I guess to be 5-on-5 or power play.
Yeah.
Which
the Red Wings had
what was it?
1 shot on our power play. So 26 5-on-5 shots against, which I think that's fine. That's honestly reasonable.
That's better. Still not great, but it's better. Like you're seeing games throughout the league that are like 26 shots for the entire game.
Oh,
right?
Well, yeah,
not
it happens, right?
5-on-5, but
yeah, no, I'm not trying to say the Ducks have like suddenly transformed into the best like 6 defensemen in the entire league, but like
that'd be nice.
It at least seems like it's more league average, and like you give up a normal amount of penalties. I don't know, let's pick 3, which might even be a little bit more to the higher end, and then 3 shots per. That's 9. So 37 shots. So like then at that point we're probably not even talking about it, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
however, though, being on the penalty kill and being on the power play, though, they suck.
Oh, that was awful.
They suck.
The Ducks put on a fucking clinic on special teams, but not in the good way. This is a what not to do clinic. This is
I thought we cleaned this up last year. I thought we had this figured out. Like I get it. You got a couple different guys in there now compared to last year, but like I thought system wise we had this figured out now.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah. I mean, our power play, like, yes, 10% and 27th is not great, but like it still looks good. It's just not getting the results, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my opinion, like I think they're doing a lot of good things as opposed to when we had the 8% power play. I guess that would have been 2 years back now. I was like, it doesn't look good, and I'm surprised we're at 8%. Like, holy shit. But now it's at least like, okay, there's just something else going on, like whether it's lack of chemistry or something, like the system itself looks fine.
Yeah, and like I'm trying to keep in mind as well that this is based off of, again, these current numbers that we're looking at are based off of 6 games.
Yeah.
But I also like I can't give them that benefit of the doubt for much longer, right? Like not after tonight. At that point, it's 7 games. You're almost a 10th through the season at that point,
At
right?
8,
Like,
you would be a 10th. Yeah.
yeah, like that's at that point, that's it's enough of a sample to have an idea of what you have.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, right?
Yeah.
So,
like still there is going to be those weird outliers. Like right now, Colorado's still at a 50% power play, which like is kind of expected, but like it's not going to be at 50% all year. It's eventually going to go down to 30,
that number,
right?
like you see that number though, and it still makes sense in your head, right?
Yeah.
So, but like this number is like you see the production on ice and you look at the number and you go, yeah, that makes sense. But you try to come up with an excuse for it as well of like, oh yeah, like it's figuring it out. But it's like, no, like that there's no more time to figure it out at this point, right? Like by Saturday, like I think we'll have the idea of what this team is going to be. Unfortunately, it doesn't look great. So buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride driven by Dallas Eakins and the rest of the Anaheim Ducks here for this season.
Yeah. I just don't physically understand why our power play sucks. Like you tell me, okay, we're making a power play. It's going to be John Klingberg at the point. We're going to put Trevor Zegras on the wing. Let's put Mason McTavish in there as well. Ryan Strome, he's good for just ripping it at the net. Frank Vetrano, Troy Terry, like I know that was 6 guys, but it kind of has been changing a little bit. But like you list off those names and I'm like, oh Jesus, like that's terrifying.
Okay, I think I have your answer here though.
Okay.
How many of those guys have a shoot first mentality?
Mason McTavish and Frank Vetrano definitely do. Ryan Strome.
Vetrano I agree with. McTavish.
Okay, maybe we haven't seen it in the NHL, but
McTavish, it'll come.
Yeah.
But as of right now, at least on the power play, he's dishing. Zegras is dishing. Klingberg is taking shots, but he's looking for the rebound attempts more than anything.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
like besides Vetrano, and I guess even on like the top, maybe with Terry, you could argue.
Yeah,
we don't really have like as many shoot first mentality guys as we maybe should on
I'm going to argue
power play.
I'm going to argue with that there though, because like, yes, typically those guys aren't all shoot first guys, but with Zegras, I would say at least on the power play, he wants the puck. He's like, give me the puck so I can shoot it. Like look at that first one, the first game, the power play goal against the Kraken. Like he was calling for that one timer and he was determined to do it. And I've seen that a few other times as well during the, just during the other games and power play opportunities. He hasn't necessarily capitalized on them, but I feel like he's at least attempting to shoot. And yes, there is that aspect of I'm looking for the pass, but I think he maybe understands that like somebody has to be a shooter on this team and we don't have that. So he's like, why not me? I can shoot the puck. So
for Zegras, in particular, 2 power play points out of his 4 this year, one of those being a power play goal. I do want to just like check into the guys that we were just talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, who else did we say here? We said
Troy Terry
or John Klingberg. I'm just going in alphabetical here of like
yeah.
Klingberg this year, 1 power play point, no goals. Again, though, like I said, he's more the vision, right? And trying to, if he's shooting on net, it's more for like a rebound or that kind of thing. Mason McTavish here, 1 point on the power play, no goals. Let's see who else.
Can we look at like shot attempts? Is that info or no?
I don't have it offhand. I'm just like I'm pulling this up from the NHL website.
Oh, okay,
gotcha. Let's see who else here. We said Ryan Strome. Strome's got just the goal on the power play so far. And Troy Terry. Yeah, we got 2 guys left, Terry and actually Terry doesn't even have a power play goal, but like he's a guy that's taking shots, right? Like out of all these guys, he has the most just in all situations, 16 shots. And then who's the last guy we said? Vetrano there.
Yeah. I don't know if he's played a whole lot on the power play.
Yeah, Vetrano's got nothing on the power play.
Oh,
so
okay.
far,
Yeah, I would like to see him on the power play though.
Yeah. Let me pull up like a. Drysdale's been on our power play, hasn't he? I think more on the second, but
yeah. Yeah, Troy Terry with 5 shots on the power play. Klingberg and McTavish both with 4. Zegras only with 2, but that's not shot attempts.
That's like actual like registered shots.
Yeah.
That's been another thing though, I guess, is that even when you're looking at like the shot stats, right, is we aren't getting a whole lot of like actual shots.
No.
To the net, right? And that's something that needs to be improved on as well, right? Like you have
the last
to take
2 games have been better.
Of that.
They've been better. Like we got 30 some against the Wings. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up the numbers here for that one.
Like 30, actual shots.
Actual shots, 33 against the Red Wings. So that's, I mean, when they get 41 and you get 33, it looks bad. But 33 just in isolation, not bad. And then against the Bruins, I feel like we did okay too. 31, so at least we're breaking the 30 mark because before we weren't. So yeah, and then Devils, you go back to that one, 20 shots on goal compared to their 41. So I think we're seeing improvements there, but now it's maybe more about limiting the chances. So
and it was that's showing me just the attempts on it and then the expected goals. Okay, I thought it was pulling up like the actual shots, like low, medium, high danger kind of thing. For this game though, I guess for the attempts though, no wonder why he was so like, this isn't to discredit like Billy Huso whatsoever, because like he did have a good game. Like his goals save above expected ended at a 1.42.
Yeah,
like he did very well in this game. For the danger attempts though, 4 high danger shots, that's awesome. Right? Like high danger is definitely hard to come by for sure.
Yeah.
So seeing 4 there is fine. 2 medium danger, and then 40 are all low danger. Like we might have gotten more shots in that game, but they weren't great chances is the thing, right? Like, and that's been throughout this entire season so far. Like as much as we've talked about like, oh yeah, like, you know, the guys are getting their chances and that kind of thing, right? It's at least that was the conversation at the start, right? It has dramatically went down just to low danger. Like it's not normally going to happen kind of thing.
The one goal that we did get though, that's an example I think of like a low danger shot attempt paying off, because like it was just like a weak ass shot that Terry like backhanded after he kind of lost control of the puck, and then it went off of Husso's pad, and then it got banked in or chipped in by Zegras, and Henrique was right there too. So that if we can play like that and turn those low danger shot attempts into better chances or into goals, that's great.
Yeah,
but I just don't think
that turned it from a low danger to a high danger. Like that's how it's listed here, on top of being a rebound goal against. Yeah.
Well, the goal would be, but Terry's initial shot would be its own shot, and that would be a low danger, right? Would it not?
Presumably.
Yeah. So I think if they're separating it into low and then and after that a high danger attempt, but like I just think our system isn't like the system that Dallas Eakins is trying to run isn't built to capitalize off of those low danger like shot attempts turned rebound turned high danger shot attempt. Like it seems like it's just volume, and hopefully someone will be in the right position. It's not okay, let's throw the puck towards the net and then ideally a nice juicy rebound comes out somewhere into that home plate area. And if it's on the right side, we got Henrique sneaking in. If it's on the left side, we got Terry. If it's down the middle, like Jamie Drysdale's maybe coming down the slot to see if he can pick up that rebound. Like we're not playing that way. It's just throw it at the net and now it's going the other way. And
yeah,
it's like wasted opportunities, right? So
I was gonna say the issue with like just going with the volume and hoping for something is that like we aren't even getting volume. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've had over 30 shots in a game this season.
Second, but not by much. But in the last 2, Bruins 31, I think I just saw, and then this one was 30.
But before that, though, like you're shooting like low 20s if you're lucky. It seems like for this team, right? So like you can't be relying on volume either.
No, but I think the point I guess I'm trying to make here is like if Dallas Eakins is like, okay, we're not getting enough shots. Let's just get more shots to the net. And then the team's like, okay, like you just want more volume. And he's like, yeah, more volume. That's what we need. Just, it doesn't matter. Every shot on net has a chance of going in. Like that seems like the mentality he's preaching. And I'm not agreeing with it because I don't think that's the way it needs to go. It needs to be, let's throw more things on net, but then let's have a plan for afterwards, because otherwise you're just like basically passing the goalie the puck and then he's going to make a play on it to his teammate. Right?
Yeah, which it does definitely make sense as well. Like taking a look, shot attempts blocked by the Red Wings was 18. That's 18. Okay. That's 18 chances that we took that they stopped. Right. So like your idea of just, hey, like swapping it just to volume, that's great. But I'm also looking at the shot attempts, and that just shows me that, like, yes, there's volume there. It doesn't look like they're coming from good spots if guys are getting in front of them easy enough, right? Like, like we were talking off air before, like Moritz Seider had 5 blocks alone in this game, right? Which again, Moritz Seider, fantastic defenseman, right? And it was earned that Calder Trophy last year. And Oli Mata had 3 there, right? Like you had a lot of guys with multiple blocks actually in this game. I think it's 4 or 5 for the Red Wings. But like, if it's not to discredit those defensemen, but those numbers should be lower if we're taking better chances, I guess, right? So like, it's volume for the sake of volume and hoping something works. Yeah, it's not working though. Something needs to change.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're almost in agreement. We're basically in agreement. Like,
yeah, like we have the same idea, but
yeah. So I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're just kind of saying like, instead of volume, why don't we go for quality? Whereas I'm like, I like the volume, but we need a follow-up plan because obviously volume isn't working. So it's volume plus, and you're just like, how about quality? Is that what you're kind of saying? Or
it's okay. My plan B would just be to go to quality, and at this point, plan A is not working. You got to go to plan B. So like, I want to see some quality chances. I don't want to see 40 low danger chances, right? Like, I want to see at least the medium danger go up, because those are ones that are more likely to squeak by, kind of thing. So
yeah, which is fair. Like, I think so too. But yeah,
like, I'm kind of
just different styles, I guess.
Yeah, so. And I'm kind of reflecting on myself a little bit here, like as I'm talking, of like, this is a team that has a chance as well, a decent chance, at least to start at the Connor Bedard sweepstakes, right? And
Vancouver's just getting in our way, really.
Yeah, but it's like an internal struggle at the same time for myself, at least, watching this team, because I want them to do good, right? I don't like doing all of these episodes and like harping on what needs to improve and that kind of thing. We've done this for, at this point, almost 3.5 years, and I say half because there was the start of the season last year where things were going awesome, right?
Yeah,
but like I'm kind of sick of doing this, and I'm sure that like players on the Ducks that have been around are sick of doing this also, right? There needs to be improvement here, and the fans are absolutely sick of it as well, right?
Yeah.
Like we're making memes about our own team at this point of how shitty it is, right?
Yeah.
Something has to give here, and it has to be soon if you're wanting to like salvage anything just out of the franchise as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I get that. That, you know, like there are definitely teams that go for long rebuilds and that kind of thing, right? And we're technically, from Bob Murray's comments, like early on kind of thing, right? Like before he left. But
realistically, this is like year
this is like
2
year
or 3.
2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at the same time, though, it's only year 2 or 3, and there doesn't feel like there's been a whole lot of progress made. Maybe to the roster, yes. To everything else, though, that the roster is supposed to apply and whatnot, nothing else seems to have improved. So it's keep Dallas Eakins around if he gets us Connor Bedard. But the thing is,
another good player too.
Is that right? But like, he can only give us that chance for a lottery pick, right?
Mhm.
Like we could get easily screwed out of it, right? Like take a look back to the McDavid sweepstakes. If I remember correctly, Buffalo technically had the best chance at Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
People were buying Buffalo Sabres jerseys with McDavid 97 on the back, and it didn't go their way.
Yeah,
So,
but because that was a deep draft, which 2023 is supposed to be, they still got a good player in Eichel. So Ducks finished bottom 5 in the league. Yeah, you maybe don't have, let's even say that they get, they finish worst. They get the best odds to get Bedard. Then they could, like you said, still not end up with that. We might pick 4th because it happens. You can technically drop down to that 4th spot. And if that happens, yeah, it sucks because it's not Connor Bedard, but we're still going to get a good player because there's Connor Bedard, who is elite level player. There's, I forget his first name, but Michkov, that Russian guy who we saw in the World Juniors last year, who was also going to be another elite player. So then picks 3 and 4 are just like 1 and 2 in a normal draft. So we're still getting like a solid player, like a Mason McTavish level player, I think. Ideally.
Yeah, so. Like again, it's an internal struggle, but I'm sick of going for, personally at least, and I'm sure a lot of fans and I guess it doesn't matter as much for the players maybe. So, but at least for myself, and I'm sure a lot of fans, I'm sick of drafting in the top 10. Right? Yeah. Like we started this show, we drafted Trevor Zegras number 9. 2020, we drafted Jamie Drysdale number 6. 2021, we drafted McTavish 3rd overall. And then this year was Mintyukov at number 10, right? Like 4 years at least of being in the top 10 there. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it. So
you should be out of it at that point.
I'm trying to balance it in my head. The reason I brought up Buffalo though is because that's like worst case scenario where you are stuck in that position because nothing changes. The roster may change. It looks like it's improved and whatnot. You get flashes here and there of what it could be, but just nothing actually changes. And I don't want that for this team because this is a team that the players on it, especially like some of those top guys that we just talked about there, right? Like Zegras, Drysdale, McTavish, Terry, hell, even Gibson, right? Like he's still young compared to the average age of goalie breaks into the league, right? Like this is the age that normally we've seen guys break in, right?
Goalies, yeah.
For goalies. Like this is a team that has potential. And it would be a shame if it gets wasted, right? And it's, a Trevor Zegras gets traded elsewhere. And
I don't even want to hear it.
Years down the line, like a Jack Eichel, and he's happy to get the hell out because he gets sent to a team that actually wants to do something. I hope that's not the case here. I don't think it's going to be with Pat Verbeek, but I think until we see some changes in how this team plays, coaching staff, and whatever else surrounding it, even what the Samuelis want to put into this team, I'm not looking forward to this. So
yeah,
I'm trying not to be down, but I'm just like, it's an internal struggle of like, yeah, if we're bad, we got a chance at Bedard, but then it's that realization of you have a chance at Bedard. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah. So
sorry for the rant. I guess I haven't had a good rant in a while, but I'm just like, God, this fucking team sometimes.
I'm honestly impressed because like I feel like it's been boiling over for the last at least week because like we won the first one, so yeah, that's great. We get to celebrate. You lose a couple games, it's like okay, yeah, we were kind of expecting that, but like for the last Wednesday, this Sunday, then I was like, man, I'm surprised Nate just hasn't like gone off on this team. But you're like, no, I'm gonna be good. And now it's happened. So
I said I wouldn't shit on the defensive systems anymore because that was like an entire season last year, basically. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. So I'm going to try to find more things and whatnot, but like
more things to be upset about, which isn't hard to do with
more
this
things
team.
To be upset about, or more things just to pump up, right? To kind of keep that better mentality of there's the potential here, right? But it's when that potential is getting squandered is what pisses me off, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
We went so off from talking about this game specifically, which is hilarious, I think.
I apologize for that.
No, that's fine. I don't remember if we even said this, but the power or the penalty kill, sorry, currently 31st in the league, 65.4%. Not good. Something needs to improve. There's still puck watching. That's what I observed in this game. It's not good. So
I'll just say yes because I literally just said I'm not going to shit on the defense.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay because everything else is well, no, it's not like good things, but well, this one it's not really good or bad, I guess. So I talked, I think, a couple episodes ago about how Shattenkirk plays 2-on-1s and just tries to like knock him down with his stick, and how that is the least effective way to do it.
And he repaid you by asking Dallas Eakins to go into the shootout and shitting the bed there too.
Yeah. But I've been watching just other players to see like if it's a system thing or if it's a Shattenkirk thing. And I've determined it's a Shattenkirk thing. So please, Kevin, if you're listening, just figure that one out for me. Because twice during this red game, I thought to myself, there was 2-on-1s, one with Drysdale, one with Klingberg. And I thought, wow, that's like a way better way to do a 2-on-1. Drysdale tried to take the body on a guy, and Klingberg, he like went down on a knee to block the pass, but like, you know, close, like in the middle of the lane. Like it wasn't stick. He got his body in front of it. Great. Yep. Those are the two things that I said that you should do on a 2-on-1, not just stand there and like test your hand-eye coordination, right?
Yeah.
And that's great. I was like ecstatic. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, look at how good this 2-on-1 breakup is. I'm going to clip this. I'm going to put it in the episode and be like, look at this. Look at how right I was. They did this in the same game. And then literally seconds later, I was soul crushed because both of those plays ended in goals. Drysdale took the body on, I think it was Veleno with Detroit, and like generally pretty good. Like he wouldn't get a shot off, but because Veleno was still so hard on his stick, it just like tipped off of his stick and went in anyways.
Yeah.
And I was stunned. I was like, how does that happen? Like Drysdale was literally hanging off of him like a monkey. But Veleno's just such a fucking gorilla that it didn't even matter.
Okay, but so for Veleno though, was it harder to get that pass off?
To receive the pass, you mean, and get the shot
to receive the pass. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Was it harder for him though?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's still
That's
keep doing it. Obviously, yeah. I just wanted to be able to take that clip and be like, look at this, and then. Passes broken up. Terry picks it up. Breakout pass to Zegras, goes the other way for great scoring up. I wanted to be like, look at how well this worked, but I can't really. And then with Klingberg's, he blocked the pass, and then it hit his leg, and then like went towards, or like kind of off to the side, and then Gibson just kind of went to kick it into the corner. It goes back off Klingberg. Or I don't know, whatever. Klingberg blocks the pass.
It was a weird goal.
Yeah, and it goes like all fucky. And then the Detroit guy just picks it up again, throws it in front, and then both Klingberg and Gibson are like out of the play now. And they're like, where the fuck did the puck go? And then it's in the net. And I was like, that would have been so perfect if like you just blocked the pass. But no, you had to block the pass into the other team's stick.
Yeah, like, that one it was
just weird, right?
That one I just chalk up to a mishap or that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still like the right way to play it, but I just can't use it as like an example. I can't clip it and tag Kevin Shattenkirk in it on Twitter and be like, watch this, watch and learn.
Yeah, you know? I would gladly love to sit Shattenkirk for a little bit and try Mahura up there, but then I remembered, oh yeah, right, we shipped his ass off to Florida.
I mean, you can try putting Brett Leeson on defense there.
Fuck.
That's essentially who we got in return from the Capitals.
I'm going to have gray hairs by the end of this season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Okay, ending on a positive note. Yes, 41 shots against isn't great. Yes, 5 goals against isn't great. But 36 saves for John Gibson. I thought he was just like calm and like we talked about against the Bruins. Like he just looked like the Gibson we know. And like you can't really put many of the goals on him.
No, this is a game where he just didn't have the help in front of him. A -1 goal save above expected. So yeah, like there's not much that I'm really looking at that one and going like, okay, that's on Gibson kind of thing.
Well, even like
Yeah,
the
and-
weird Klingberg one, like Klingberg tried to help and then it just like went all fucky. So like again,
Yeah,
like he
like
still
when-
kind of
when-
had the help, but just
Yeah, like when 2
not
of
enough.
5 goals are listed as rebound goals, right? Which are like you're having to move suddenly, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it being able to get set up and whatnot.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming because of them being the rebound goals, that's the ones that are the high danger chances here against, so the
Yeah.
high danger goals. With 3 medium danger, like yeah, you know, if there was like a low danger goal in there, something like that with the negative kind of thing, I'd be like, yeah, you know, maybe Gibson should have had this one or whatnot. But like looking at the stats, looking at how he played, I'm not putting it on
Mhm.
him. So it wasn't a great outing, but it's not his fault at the same time.
Yeah, it just
If that makes sense.
it does. No, absolutely. I think it does. It just sucks because like he can put together a solid game and like if you just like didn't keep score, right? Like Gibson would probably walk away being like, I feel like I played a pretty solid game. Like that's pretty good. Like I made some good saves. I made some big saves. Like my rebound control was fairly good, right? And like so you feel good about that. And this is the way that Gibson should play. And when he plays this way, he's at his best, and the team is generally at his best. But it sucks because he played that way, and then the result was still a 5-1 loss. So you look at that and you're like, what the fuck? Like no matter what I do, our team is ass.
I'm thinking
Like-
of scenarios in my head here, but like, is that how Dallas Eakins goes into the locker room after games? Guys, don't worry about the score. That was a great game. Like, there's no score in that. This is the fucking NHL.
He seems like a moral
No.
victory type of coach, right? Like where it's like, okay, yeah, guys, we lost, but like we got a power play goal tonight, and like we didn't get a power play goal last game, so like candy for everybody, you know?
That's where you need the coach from Letterkenny to go in and just boot a garbage can into his face and be like, no,
No,
that's dog shit.
No, John Tortorella is already taken by Philadelphia. So
Oh,
we can't-
right.
we're-
Sorry.
So good try though. Good try.
You can hire me then. I'll gladly do it.
Yeah, there you go. So
There's a reason I don't skip leg day, and it's purely to kick a garbage can.
Yeah.
Dallas Eakins.
we're gonna move on from this now, but I like how
Please, before I lose my sanity.
literally the last words you said before we started recording, you're like, yeah, we don't have to talk much about the Red Wings game. Like 4 points, 30 seconds each, I would say we could aim for. No, how about 30 minutes for the whole topic?
To be fair, if you take out my rants just about this team not improving around the roster itself, yeah, we
it's
probably
probably
did.
10
We
minutes.
probably did okay. So,
It's probably a 10-minute conversation on
Yeah.
the game. So yeah.
it's my rant. It's my rant.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, remember, this part is being recorded before Tampa.
Yeah.
So I'm betting you this is almost going to sound potentially relaxed compared to the Tampa game.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's get into some other things.
Oh,
Do you want to jump around? What do we want to do? We got 5 sections coming up here. You pick. This is Nate's pick.
my pick. Let's go with the big D energy move.
Okay.
That's always a good time. We got a
Yeah.
couple there.
Wait.
You know what? Well, I know what's quacking is something we normally do on Wednesdays. We can maybe cut that out here just for time's sake,
Oh yeah, we could do that.
because there are things that are more important, I guess, to talk about here quick. So
Yeah, for sure.
and we'll try to keep them brief.
Yeah. So for the big D energy move this week, you're getting a twofer. And I mean,
Getting a twofer.
I think we forgot to do it last week, so really it's kind of just more of a makeup, I guess. So, but if you didn't listen last week, you're a new listener. You get to start off with a 2-for-1 big D energy move here. So
If you're a new listener and this is your first episode, I am sorry.
So the first one, not in order of any importance, by the way, but Rasmus Dahlin opens the season with 5 goals in his first 5 games, which sets a new NHL record for the most goals by a defenseman to open the season, which is one of those weird, obscure ones. But like,
Yeah, or it's like
It's pretty
longest like
impressive.
goal streak by a defenseman to start the season. Something
something
along
like
those
that.
lines.
Yeah. So I think the record was 3, and then he tied it, and then broke it for 4, and then he was like, let's do a 5th one in there too,
Yeah.
which is pretty
Well,
sick.
Buffalo in general, though, like Dahlin, I feel like is just the tip of the iceberg here. Buffalo in general
absolutely.
has just gotten off to a hot start, and
Yeah.
it's been kind of fun to watch. Not when
they beat my Flames, or I guess for you, your Oilers, for the Flames thing, then I have to go on Game Over Calgary on SDPN. That's the only loss that the Flames have this season. But yeah, Buffalo's just been good, right?
Yeah, like all of their,
at least for the Alberta teams there, those are teams that are supposed to be shoo-ins for the Pacific Division here.
Mhm. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like for the playoffs. Like that's good. Like they did a sweep of Western Canada, right? Because they also beat Vancouver as well. But at this point, who hasn't beat Vancouver? But that comment might get me fired by Dylan, actually. Who were they playing? Were there other 2 games against as well? Wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Was Winnipeg one of those included for like the West Coast? Like, anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Buffalo's been playing awesome. Eric Comrie looks really good and is giving Craig Anderson a run for his money, but Craig Anderson still looks good also. Like this team is just working right now. When I was talking with Audie on Game Over Calgary there after that game, like we kind of compared the Buffalo Sabres this year, what we've seen so far, kind of to the Ottawa Senators a couple seasons ago in the bubble season, right? Where like they may not outskill you, but they are going to outwork you, and that's how they're going to get their wins, right? Like this team is looking really good, and like, yeah, Dahlin is a big part of that, but like he's also just the tip of the iceberg, I think.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But yeah, he's just been on another level. He leads defensemen in points. So to start the season, like if he can keep this up, which I think he very much can because he's a very, very good player, I think he's got a shot at the Norris this year.
Yeah,
that's like he could be a sneaky pick if you put money down on him with DraftKings to start the season for Norris. Like you probably got a sick return coming your way. So
probably,
that's my bet, anyways. So for Rasmus Dahlin, opening the season by setting a new NHL record with a 5-game goal streak. That is part 1 of this week's A Big Energy Move. Good stuff. I
laugh at that clip still every time.
That's so good. Set part 2. We've got Phil the Thrill Kessel setting an Ironman record for the second time in as many seasons. Not him, but in general. With 990 straight games played. And on top of that, scored his 400th NHL goal in that game.
Second 400th NHL goal, because the first time he scored his 400th NHL goal, it got called for offside.
Oh yeah, and that was the game before, right?
The game before,
yeah, that's right.
That's when he tied the record. So
I bet the conspiracy theory, the league called that off because they wanted him to do it in this game.
Why against San Jose though?
Well, I don't know, because like because it's like the 990. Like
gotcha.
The record-breaking game.
You double down on the okay. You said double a milestone and another milestone. Okay, I could
Now he gets 2 hot dogs after game day instead of 1 from Gary there.
Did you see his pregame interview as well? Just like talking about like his career and whatnot.
He's so funny.
He's just like, I still like to play. I still can play, so I'm gonna keep playing. Basically, I'm just like, I love this man.
Yeah, right. That's so good. Like,
there was a tweet that I saw. It's like had some like maybe not glamorous pictures of him. We'll call it that way. And it was just like, just imagine in 20 years, your kid asks you like, "Hey, who has the streak for the most games played in a row in the NHL?" And you have to show him pictures of this guy.
Yeah, right. Apparently too, because they were talking on. When I was watching Sportsnet Central afterwards, they were talking, and like there was an interview that came out with some guys around the league about Phil. I don't remember how long ago it was, but Blake Wheeler had said that like he doesn't drink water. Like Phil Kessel doesn't drink water, and apparently that's real. Like he like hardly drinks water. He just like crushes Coca-Cola or like whatever else. So like this dude's crushing hot dogs. He's not drinking water, and yet he's played 990 straight NHL games.
Like he's busting his ass still in the gym and almost has 1,000 games under his belt in a row, not just in his career, in a row.
Yeah, right. So it's just so impressive, man. And like, not to take anything away from Keith Yandel, because he was obviously a really, really good player still, but like closer to the end of the streak, it was for the sake of the streak. It was for the sake of the streak that he was getting games a lot of times. Like, yes, he could still play and keep up with it, but there was potentially times where he should have been scratched, and there was times he could have been, and the team was like, fuck no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Like the players, right? So,
Yeah.
but with Phil Kessel, that's never been in question. It's literally like, yeah, no, we want this guy on our team, and he is going to play in a significant role for all of these games. So like, there's been no threat of like healthy scratching him. So
Yeah. I
in that way, I like it better. I'm glad that he has it, not Yandel.
Yeah,
You know?
no healthy scratches, no injuries. I was gonna say the only thing that threatened his streak was his kid being born. And props to the Arizona Coyotes. I don't say a whole lot of nice things about them, but then again, like the Ducks, there's not just many things to be able to say that are nice about them. Sacrificing a roster spot essentially in their lineup that night to have him play one shift and then hop him on a charter like private plane to go to the birth of his child. Like that's awesome.
That was a classy move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which that you shouldn't have a streak broken for that. Like,
Nah.
so
You should have a game added for that.
yeah, exactly, right. So yeah, that's good. And so in honor of Phil Kessel and his 990 games played, here is 990 big Duck energy moves. A big energy move. A big energy move.
Okay, that's
A
good.
big energy move.
Oh,
I'm
dear
kidding.
God.
We're not doing 990.
Okay, but can we have one more though for his kid being born on the night of a game and threatening the streak? That is
A big energy move. There you go.
not even born yet.
Yeah. So 2 for 1 here with the BDE move of the week. Okay, let's go to. Yeah, I guess let's keep it away from the Ducks, and we'll come back at the end. So Gulls update. Let's see how they're doing. Not, but par for the course. Same as the Anaheim Ducks. So like father-like affiliate, I suppose.
Yeah. Father like son, I guess if you want to call it that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like Duck,
Like parent, like
Duckling.
child.
Yeah.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There you go. We finally got to it.
Yeah. Isn't there like a birds of a feather one? Like birds of a feather come from the same pair or some shit.
I don't remember what it is.
Doesn't matter.
Something like that.
Someone will correct us. Okay. Anyways, San Diego Gulls back-to-back losses against the Ontario Reign. They lost their home opener 2-1, and then in Ontario the next night lost 5-1 to put their record at 1-3 to start the season. So, you know what? Very similar to the Ducks actually, because they won the first game of the season and then just been losing ever since.
Lost after that. Yeah. So they're currently sitting 8th in the Pacific Division out of 10 teams. Your scoring leaders for the Ducks, Nicholas Brouillard has 6 points this season and 2 goals, which is tied with 4 other guys.
Nice.
4 tied, I guess. Glenn Godden is sitting at 5 points, and then Brendan Tracy and Oli Levy have 4. And then I guess it's a tie for 5th place there. Rocco Grimaldi and Daniel Regan with 3 points each. Looking over at the goaltending stats there, Lucas Dostal has played in 3 games at this point, 8 goals against for a 3.66 goals against average, an 882 save percentage as well, a record of 1-1-0 by the looks of it. Ole Eriksson Ek, 2 games played, 8 goals against for a 4.58 goals against average, 0-2-0 record, and a 864 save percentage. So kind of, yeah. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Goalies are struggling in front with what's being provided in front, I think. So, but yeah.
I mean, still early, so we'll see what happens. But I guess we'll have 3 games to talk about next week in regards to the Gulls, as tonight they will be facing the Colorado Eagles, 6th in the Pacific Division, 2-2 record there. And that game will be in San Diego. And then 2 road games on the weekend, heading all the way up to Canada to play the Abbotsford Canucks, who are 7th in the league, in the division, 2-2 record there. And those games are Friday and Saturday up in Abbotsford. So, yeah, opportunity for the Gulls to maybe make up for their losses. Potential to be 4-3. But
That'd be nice.
Yeah, important divisional games though. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's how that's going. I think that's about it for Gulls update, I suppose. And that leaves us just with upcoming games to talk about for the Anaheim Ducks.
Cool.
So
if you would like to see Phil Kessel extend the streak in person, go to Las Vegas on Friday.
Yeah, that should be the 992 game because I think they're playing tonight, are they not? Wednesday night? I thought Vegas.
I think so. Let me double check that.
No,
they're not playing tonight.
Oh, no, they played Monday, Tuesday, so then...
yes, they have a little... Yeah, they have a break.
Okay.
So Friday.
Game 991 then.
Yep.
Is what you can see there in Vegas. If, that is, you live in Nevada, because it is Nevada Day, and the game is at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So only if you either don't work or live in the state of Nevada can you actually watch this game. Or if you work from home, I suppose, then you can.
You can also be like me this summer with the World Juniors and just throw it on while you're at work, either on the radio or just like little corner of your screen with the stream or something like that.
Yeah, like I am working and there is hockey on, so you got to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is fair. So, so Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time in Vegas is when you can catch that one. I suppose we should talk a little more about Vegas than that, but they have been pretty good.
They've been doing okay. They've been doing okay. 8 games played, a 6-2-0 record for 12 points, and a +10 goal differential.
A lot of people are eating their words. I know it's still early in the season, but saying, "Oh, your only 2 goalies are out, and you're going to rely on rookie Logan Thompson." Like, say goodbye to your season. Oh, you got rid of Max Pacioretty for nothing at this point, right? Like, say goodbye to your season. Like, you're just trading the next best thing. People don't want to play in Vegas. Morale is so low. Yeah, no, we are very wrong because Vegas is hot, and Logan Thompson is
hotter.
Hot.
Yeah. I'm just pulling up Thompson's stats here in particular. 5 games played this season, a 3-2-0 record with a .931 save percentage. And I am going to pull up his advanced stat here as well, just for goal save above. What are we looking at for Logan Thompson? A nice 3.4 above expected.
Pretty good.
That's all right. That is A-okay.
I mean, that hints that like he could regress back to like the average, right? But also, he might just be a lot better than people expect him to be. So
and even Aiden Hill's played 3 games this year, has a .935 save percentage, and hasn't lost yet. But I mean, like it's. Like that was the reason I had them in. I think I had them in 4th in the division, which like could still be a playoff spot. But it was the reason I kind of put them in that middle there was I was like, this could still work out for them because the rest of the team does look fine. But it was just the skepticism on, yes, it is a young goalie. We've seen guys come in who play really well to start and then quickly drop off. We've seen from Aiden Hill as well that he's not a starting guy. Really?
Yeah.
But this is kind of working out so far. I'm not sure when Brossoit is supposed to come back offhand.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not like
Leonard's gone for the
soon,
season.
But
we already knew that Leonard's gone for the season. So I kind of wonder at the same time with what we know of Vegas and what they like to do. This works well for Thompson. Throwing it out there, what happens to Robin Leonard?
Don't know, man. I really don't know.
So
goes to an organization that treats him right, maybe.
Yeah, I for that guy, I would really hope so. Honestly, he's been shoveled around because of his mental health and whatnot. And it's not fair, I don't think, to him.
Yeah, so. I would say bring him to Anaheim to be like a 1A or a 1B with John Gibson, but I don't think being in Anaheim under Dallas Eakins is great for anybody's mental health. So
maybe, watching Dallas Eakins hockey is not great for mine.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe if we replace a coach, then maybe Leonard would be a good fit here. But
that's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like you take a look at Vegas's lineup, right? And like they still have a deadly top six. Phil Kessel on the third line. Their defense is the same as last year, and that was really good. So it really just comes down to the injury question marks, I guess, with their two goalies, and then also Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, obviously a couple top six guys there. Like you lose either or both of those guys, and maybe your team starts to fall apart a little bit. But
Yeah.
when healthy, no problems with that roster. So,
However, I will say that their back end is really hurting without Shea Weber right now.
oh, I know, yeah, having one of the best defensemen in the league out on injured reserve, I don't know how you could ever deal with that, especially when he was such an important part of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Just integral.
Okay,
I got jokes.
Yeah.
They're not great, but I got jokes.
all right, score predictions. Let's hey, we got a fancy schmancy spreadsheet that I spent way too much time on, and
And it hurts my brain.
the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Why?
It's simple to read, but I just see the amount of losses.
Oh, it's just that. Yeah.
It's the same amount of hurt whenever I look at the standings.
Oh yeah. Let's here. Let's toss this bad boy in here. How do we make it bigger? Can I command plus this one? What? No, I'm not trying to.
There should just be
Oh,
a
it's up
zoom
here. It's just
button.
up here. There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's a problem because at work I use Excel all the time, but at home I'm a Google Sheets boy, and so everything's just in a different spot. So there we go. Now you can. Well, no,
It all works the same, but yeah, a couple of things are moved around.
Yeah.
Okay. At Vegas, and again, we're doing this before Tampa. Jesus Christ. You know what? My Tampa prediction looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to go more with the Detroit score, though. I'm going to go 5-1 for Vegas.
5-1 for Vegas.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll be nicer to the Ducks because I've been hard on them. I'll go 4-1.
4-1.
I'll make it nicer. But
Sounds
especially with Thompson or apparently how Hill's playing right now, I don't see us getting more than one unless we're lucky.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Oh God, I meant to look up too Vegas's schedule, and I can't do it on my phone because I've got the Oilers game going on that, so just so I can keep an eye on it.
Vegas' schedule, you said?
Yeah. Okay. So they don't have back-to-backs. They got a couple days off.
Yeah, they played yesterday, Tuesday, and they don't play until us now on Friday. So yeah, they got a few days to rest.
Maybe the 2-day off curse. Let's go. Let's go 3-2 Anaheim. You know what? You know what I've just decided to do? I'm going to predict an Anaheim Ducks win from now on until the Anaheim Ducks get a win. Just so I can be like, look, I never gave up on this team. I was predicting wins all along. Here we go. I'm going to be that guy. Ignoring my Tampa Bay prediction, but that's okay.
Fair enough. I guess while we have it up right now, can I just give the Toronto prediction?
If you got it, yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. Toronto does like to seemingly play down, right?
Yeah.
Arizona beat them. I'll just say we have a chance because Arizona has history as well. I think it was they've picked up at least a point every time they've been in Toronto since 2002. I think is what the stat was. I was like, geez. So I'll just say
your prediction here.
I mean, that's kind of close, I guess. No, I'm gonna say it's gonna be closer.
Okay.
I'm still gonna say though, Toronto edges. I'll go 4-3.
4-3. Okay. I guess for those listening, I typed in 6-0 Anaheim because I thought that's what it was building to. But you're saying Toronto.
Yeah, I'm saying Toronto. It's not that I want to be the pessimist here, but I'm like, man, you're running a gauntlet of Vegas and Toronto there. Like, yikes. Yeah. And knowing how Toronto especially can move the puck. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at the Vegas roster or the Vegas schedule still. I was like, yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Toronto schedule. Let's see. They will be in LA beforehand. Ooh, I wish we had the context of what happens with Tampa to see if could maybe see a pattern going on because Tampa was in LA last night and lost. So but that's okay. So Sunday against the Leafs, I am going to say, because I'm going with Anaheim predictions, if Anaheim was to beat Toronto, it has to be an embarrassing fashion. So I'm going 4-0. Like if Toronto's going to lose to a bottom feeder like Anaheim, saying that because that's where we are in the standings right now, it has to be embarrassing. That's the Toronto way. So
Anthony Stolarz with a shutout.
there you go. Yeah. Yeah. For some, yeah, I guess it would make sense to play Stolarz. Like Anaheim doesn't have a back-to-back, but battle of the backups.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess too, because they would play Samsonov against LA. And then who's their backup now with Murray out? I guess we can get more into that because we kind of didn't really talk much about Toronto. Well, we checked that though. The Leafs will be, the Leafs will be in Anaheim, 5 p.m. Pacific on Sunday.
Eric Kallgren.
Oh yeah, Kallgren.
Or Kallgren, yeah. Kallgren.
It's like Shillington for some reason. The K makes the sh sound.
For Toronto there. Yeah, 6'3", 200-pound, 26-year-old goalie. Yeah, young guy, call up from the Marlies there.
Okay. He's supposed to be really good. So
yeah, this season's played one game, an .833 save percentage. I'm not sure. That was the game against Arizona. Oh no.
Yeah. So
However,
I'm sticking with my 4-0.
I do want to highlight Samsonov for a second there. Guys played 5 games, has a 4-1-0 record and a .932 save percentage. And I'm going to double check his goal save above just to compare for a quick moment. But Samsonov so far proving some doubters wrong, I think.
I've always liked Samsonov. We'll see what happens when he is forced to be the starter because Murray is out. But I think Samsonov's a solid. He could be a serviceable 1A, and he's definitely a solid 1B. But
yeah, Jesus Christ, a 6 goal save above expected.
Damn.
What? All right, apparently Samsonov for Vezina, everybody.
I don't think many people in Leafs Nation would be too upset about that.
No.
So you might get some interesting fan mail from any Leafs fans that might be listening.
I kind of want to. I'm not going to do it on air right now, but just because I'm curious, I want to see what the future might be on Samsonov winning the Vezina.
That'd be interesting for sure. So, those are the couple games that we've got to talk about for the next few days here for Anaheim. That pretty much takes us to the end of the episode. If you still want to save what's quacking for another time there, Nate.
Yeah, I think so. We are running kind of long, even just for the pre-recorded part here. So
yeah, sounds good. Okay, well, that will do it for this week's episode. If you want to tell Nate that he has no faith in this team whatsoever, and you hated that he just ripped on your favorite team ever for the last 20 minutes or for the first 20 minutes and then proceeded to say how we were going to get absolutely shat on by the Vegas Golden Knights and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Where can people do that to you, Nate?
I'm going to change it on you here. If you would like to cry with me about the atrocity of the Anaheim Ducks so far this season, you can tweet at me at Tatenamas, TATENHOMAS.
There you go. And if you want to just pump the tires of this team and just have a good old shot of hopium with me, you can do that at Carter_Potts, POTTS_97. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to this episode of the Quack Report. We will be back on Monday, nailed it this time, after we record on Sunday, to talk more Ducks hockey with you. In the meantime, have a good one and go Ducks go.